Mm, I hope y'all are doing fine and dandy on this fantastic day. Truly, truly, I do. Welcome, welcome in. My name is Gabrielle. I am your host, and welcome to I Spy with my shamanic eye. All right, we are simpatico. Some love, some joy, celebration, surprise, grounded in the truth. Archangel of the Most High, gather around. You know your assignments, you know your folks. Thank you. Holy Spirit, come on in here. But you already here. Yo, if you work with the Orishas, they said, let's get it started. And yeah, everybody, everybody. Ooh, yeah, yeah. What is that? Black Eyed Peas? I don't know. All right. So I have pulled out some decks, Oracle decks to be specific. Let's see what they got. How you doing? Ooh, Nike Ambition, baby. I like that. Nike giving Mercury vibes. Motivate, motivate, motivate. Iris, excuse me. And there's communication. See what I mean? The wings, ambition, Nike, Iris, communication. Number 22, number 38. Ooh. Ooh, Nyx. Secrets. Boy, people really do be wanting you to share what should not be shared sometimes. They want to know what you working on. I tell them they motherfucking been there. They been there. Cause it's my, oh my. You're the high priestess, boy. Look at this. 38, 39. Alright. And then we have Saint Bridget. Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. It's funny, right? Because yesterday I was watching a little bit of the news and they were talking about the conclave, and, and they flashed this, that, and the third different people. And there was one priest who was speaking about the conclave. And out of everybody that was shown, he was the only one that still had his soul. I'm not even joking. If you know, you know. If you can see, you see. But I was just like, that's really ironic. Huh. And I didn't see everybody. It was just those who they flashed. I was like, oh, isn't that funny? Person who should get the position is not even being considered. Hestia. And look, the goddess of sanctuary. What they in there doing? That, like, the sanctuary, the conclave, right? No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. I like it. I like it. And then look, somebody's name really could be Bridget, because that's double Bridget. The goddess of the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter, brighter. And if you full of darkness, love you, Nyx, but we're not talking about that. Um, you gonna see the light. Think about the night sky. As dark as it is, you still see them planets. You still see them stars. Look, 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 look. Like, what are you incubating? That's so funny. All right. 3 is the magic number, I guess. All right. So let's. I got the books over here because I'm feeling it right now. Oh, I'm feeling myself. Change the world with that digital drop. Stop the world. Ow. Look at this. All this nighttime energy peering into the unknown. The raccoon, dolphin. People trying to stealthily tap into your etheric energy and they getting caught. Dragons on the bottom, cut the deck the spider, and then there's the tiger. You can feel them buzzing around, trying to dig in. See, what I'm immediately getting is that you are just magical. And some folks just cannot accept your magnificence. Because I saw a unicorn. Ay, ay, ay. There's nothing, right? Because the element of fire is missing. We have earth, air, and water. No fire. Here. All of these creatures operate in varying degrees of light. And I mean that. Dolphin, even though it is a mammal, an aquatic mammal, right, breathes air, has to come up. They are capable of diving into some very deep recesses. And they're capable of finding things with echolocation sonar, right? Who else use sonar? Whales and bats. Some other stuff too, but we're going to leave it alone. And then you got this raccoon, right? Looking for anything they can get their hands on, right? Scavenger energy. And then the owl, trying to be stealthy, right? The flight feathers of an owl is what prevents them from being heard as they swoop in on their prey. I'm gonna be real with the double Bridget energy. It's making me feel like somebody tried to summon Mama Brigitte. That was a bad idea. Bad idea. All right, let's see what message Nike has. About ambition. I told y'all before that ambition used to be a bad thing. I don't know if you realize that way back when, Inquisition days, early Christianity, because that's the opposite of staying in your lane. Okay. Okay. No. I'm giving the alignment message opposed to the empowerment message because this feels more like what this is. It says, are you so determined to win right now that you are running like a racehorse with blinders on her eyes? Beware of unbridled ambition and the strident need to win. You may have become influenced only by your wants and forget to ask yourself if what you want is for the highest good. Perhaps the job you want so badly won't be good for you, or that unavailable partner you're so determined to be with will never love you back. Nike gives you the alignment task now of getting real with yourself. Comparing yourself with others may have triggered jealousy and envy. It's time to step out of this race and recognize that you are where you need to be. Your life is a marathon, not a sprint to your next goal. Your only competition is with yourself. So choose now how you want to feel about your life and who you want to become and take baby steps towards your highest intentions. Cheer on others who are successful. Learn from them and help those who are struggling. You can learn from them too. Your place in the world is assured. So remember that however long it takes you to live your life to the fullest is perfect. See what I mean? See what I mean? People too focus. And it's really interesting because with this the name showing up twice, right? It really makes me feel like somebody wants to emulate another, their walk, their everything, but really they have their own. And they're not really grateful, but they need to be. They want to be in this position of being exalted like Saint Bridget. But she got to the point where she realized her soul, right? Your soul is what connects you to the divine, to the source energy. Finding that most sacred sanctuary within. And then you have this other who's well on their own path and they're learning, but they're very much in the I am, meaning Aries, right? Again, this transit of Aries and Venus has its, you see how what it's doing in your chart and how it's influencing you during this transit. Anyway, and it's like each day, right? My light grows brighter, but someone's not understanding the marathon aspect of it. They just want to be in your position. They want the grace, the mercy, all the things they perceive to be better than their own. Okay, let's go over to Iris. Beautiful flower. Been seeing purple irises all over. Oh, good. Different, but you're in this deck too. That's so interesting. All right. Alignment message. You are facing a moment when communication between you and others may have become disconnected. I'm going to give the empowerment after the fact because I feel like there's an order to this, okay? Perhaps people are withholding information from you or are not being clear about their motives. Now is the time to ask for clarity and to get clear yourself. If you're sitting on the fence and are ambivalent about your direction, say that. Your alignment task is to say no to playing games, no to coercion, manipulation, and covert intentions. Take a straightforward attitude. Don't be afraid to hear what might disappoint you. Be clear and demand that same from others. The messenger goddess, Iris, knows the importance of clear communication, and she urges you to speak up for yourself. If you've come from an environment, family, or cultural history where you have not had a voice, this might feel like you're yelling, but that's all right. Times are changing, and now is not the time to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward or flustered, but the goddess Iris brings her powers of clarity and says, it's your turn to be heard. So gather your courage. The people who are important to you in the long run will listen and witness you. And then you can engage in positive conversation that leads to heartfelt solutions. Even if your voice feels untrue and comes from a victim mentality, you must still speak what is inside you in order for you to heal or change it. Or it will find a way to the real truth. Or to find a way to the real truth, excuse me. Let yourself be heard, and the great goddess will send strong teachers and wonderful allies for you. Okay. Very important for this person who has a mentor where it's gotten out of control. It's really what that feels like. This is someone who maybe looks up, idolizes a fan or something like that. This is for you in particular. Clarity and communication is called for, as your words will have great impact on others right now. It's a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ear, so choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you. So get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and others. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is so thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relationships when she comes to visit. Most important, however, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. You are in a mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. It will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. So, again, I'm very much a part of the collective. I opened with saying I've been seeing purple irises everywhere. See the energy purple iris? Right. I'll decide on which one of those messages are important to me. Probably both, because why not, right? We all need a strong kick in the ass here. All right, let's move over to Nyx. Goddess of the night sky. Hi, you lovely, lovely creature. Message of alignment. The goddess of the night, mystery and secrets. Nyx asks you to ask yourself a deep question about denial. What secret have you kept from yourself? Could you be remaining in a relationship that isn't working for you because you won't address the fear of what will happen if you leave or do things differently? Have you been afraid to ask for what you need? Are you in an addictive spiral, thinking one more bite of food or one more glass of wine will make you feel better? Whatever it is that you're refusing to face, the goddess Nyx promises if you do, you will be amazed at the beauty of your liberation and power. She offers you this alignment task for you to engage in rigorous honesty and self-evaluation, coupled with a fierce self-love and commitment to growth. Be optimistic because your moment, excuse me, be optimistic because the moment you are willing to name your unease, you claim your inner peace, strength, and hope. You can do it. And for this one right here, I'm getting clone copycat wannabe energy. No disrespect, it is what it is. So here's your message for the not so sanctified version yet. Still special, okay? There are times when you must surrender your need to know. Some things open up only when you choose to, not by demand. The mysteries and the unknowable is a domain of the Greek goddess. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm right. Nyx. She shows you the veil that may not be a part of you. She shows you the veil that may not part for you at this time. Okay, I get it. Change my angle a little bit. Right now, you're meant to keep on your path, trusting that the secrets will be revealed as the goddess Nyx decides. Remain true to your intentions and keep on moving forward, remaining curious and open to what you can discover. Allow your need to know the details right now to fall away and just be present. It's all that life is offering you. Judge nothing as good or bad, and just be with what arises. Soon the treasure you seek will be revealed, and it will be better and more valuable than it could have been imagined. The goddess Nyx knows what is best for you. Trust, and all will be revealed in the divine timing. Love that. That is such a liberating place to be. I must say, to just be cool. Not even, it's a type of coasting. If you've ever been sailing, right, and it's your only means, like you have no oars, paddles, you have no motor, you are sailing. And so you are literally, you have a rudder, you can try to navigate the waters, but you can't move until the wind decides to blow again, right? It's one of those things. They play in Lauren Hill, it doesn't even matter. Oh, it's so funny. Just reading her name, right? You know, a lot of times I've said things like, there's a lot of power in a name, you know, especially when you name your children, things like that. Be considerate. Look into it. She started out as a slave in 453. Her name literally means high or exalted. Very generous spirit. She was set free because of that generous spirit. There's a recognition of her holy nature. That's interesting. Right. It says when your soul selects her card, Saint Bridget lived in alignment, right? And I read the alignment messages first. No accidents, people. With her highest and most exalted aspect of her being. She might have been born a slave, but she still gave away everything she possibly could to help others, even though she didn't have much, right? She was still like, here, take this, because her inner wealth was so great, so magnanimous, right? That recognition that all you need is your soul. So, again, it reminds me of the proverb, what is it? A man to gain the world yet lose soul, right? You need nothing else. Her message to the collective is to reconnect to that inner fire, that eternal flame that feeds anything external could ever do. Read poetry or whatever feels like sacred scripture to your soul. Let your soul voice surface through some uncensored automatic writing, or let your soul guide your body through movement like somatic release and dance. Your answers right now are in the releasing any attachments of personal possessions, clearing space, uncluttering your home, giving away what you don't need to, or someone who needs it. Ooh, they didn't write this very well. Excuse me. Clear your home, declutter. Think about the poor. Think about those who are less fortunate and give to those. And what's funny, right? Because I know we're in times where they're fear mongering about scarcity and shortages, and you're still being instructed. It's an instruction, right? You'll be guided. Some of you are already doing that spring cleaning, right? Make sure those items get to people who could genuinely need them. Don't just haphazardly donate to Goodwill when you know they're going to charge people. Find places that truly serve the community. I'm going to shorten some of this process. So, your soul voice meditation. What can I clear out of my space that no longer resonates with me? Intention. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Okay? Because I'm getting the feeling y'all need to make some space anyway. Blessings need places to go, it sounds like. I see you. She created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. So some of y'all been being nudged to start charities, nonprofits, things of that nature. Here's your sign. And I feel like it's been weighing heavy to do so. You're being cued to move forward with that. She wants us to seek those in situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home. Or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. Look, they said this is the most drama-free of all the goddesses and gods in Greek mythology. They want you to cultivate a safe space within. They want you to ask yourself, am I a safe place to be? Right? Because no matter where you are home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. You know, for some, this could be as simple as, going to the park, having a picnic, leaning back or something, closing your eyes, feeling that safe. Whatever it is, to cultivate that within yourself. All right. Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. Okay. There's a lot of synchronicity between these goddesses. Automatic writing, creative endeavor, release. When your soul selects her card, there's that moment when you're making your way through the dark, and suddenly, after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before. And you feel a great shift begin, as if you're headed towards something new, something even brighter. Bridget is the essence of that first flame, that first ray of light. Bridget reminds us that the darkness never lasts. Bridget's eternal flame represents the truth that the light never leaves us and can never be extinguished. It simply gets obscured or blocked from us. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light, and there are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover. Think about the storms we just had. Now we got this beautiful day. Oh my. When that flame never exists within us, is blocked by pain or confusion. Excuse me. When that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion, Bridget is a sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we've made it through the dark winter. Right? We are still in spring, right? Just about the winter. We can lift our head. The healing's happened, and now each day is bound to be brighter. Soul voice meditation. What allows me to feel light more often every day? Your intention with this meditation. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Playing Tom's Diner. Okay. Now, abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. Generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money quarrels, scarcity to bring into balance and offering. This is one of those things, like I said, in the midst of all the fear mongering, you're still being guided to be charitable, to be that's it. Like I cannot stress that in any other way, shape, or form. Like this energy of don't let scarcity guide you. Because most know that what you put out into the universe, what you give comes back threefold at a minimum, right? And so there's that energy of that. Yeah, some of you are holding on to things way too tight, is what this feels like. Items, money even. Yeah, it says the owl is mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl, in this particular deck, is a companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it is an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can be, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasure is infinite. This ain't the time to be doubting, y'all. What's it going to do? Please don't do that. It's not going to end the way you want it to. Because your energy isn't attracted, right? Especially for those of you who operate in divine feminine. Like what you attracting. So if you're operating in scarcity, you're going to attract broke energy to you, scarce energy to you, or nothing. You're going to repel what it is you really want. So shift that. Pardon my stomach sounds. Talented, shadowy, and hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to teacher. Excuse me. All right. All right. All right. I was doing so good. I don't like that. I rebuke that energy. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. See? More confirmation. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. All right, I get that because I don't want to be on camera. And I'm telling you now, I get it all the time. They're like, yo, I don't understand, but I don't know. And so that hits. When I mean that shit hit. Oh, it's okay. I'm a bro. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring in balance, make new work. Right. Get creative. Oh, okay. Dolphin. Innately intelligent, healer, light, blessings. See? See? You may not be able to hear it. You may not be able to see it yet, right? Because dolphins communicate in high frequency pitches, right? So you got to work on your energy and your frequency. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human mind can grasp. See? Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming into contact with a dolphin type will change your entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. See? When in balance, active healer, strong spiritual practice. When out of balance, underestimates own power to bring into balance like-minded spirits. Okay? You gotta have faith, faith, faith. Yeah, man, look. Eight of Wands to the World to the Empress. See what I mean? See what I mean, Jelly Bean? This energy is sweeping. Confirmation. Look at this. Page of Wands, Six of Wands, Emperor, Six of Pentacles, Temperance, Justice, Star. Are you serious right now? Wow. See? See? Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Look. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Strength. See? Don't doubt. They got you. Yeah, Chariot energy. There are no blockages. Oh, that's an illusion. Yeah, see, look, as I say that, there's the Magician and there's the Knight of Wands. Somebody's been trying to attack your fourth house. Yeah, first house, self-image. They've been doing a lot of manipulation. Second house, Hierophant here. Yeah, don't worry. Not that you are, but in case you were, don't worry. Yeah, it's an illusion. I just saw the 8 of Swords. I gotta get a coaster for here. What can I use in lieu of a coaster for right now? Like legit, there's nothing I wanna. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Chariot's here to break through the 8 of Swords. It's a mental illusion. It's just some weird stuff. Somebody's, yeah, look, and they trying to stop this chariot, and they can't. They want to stop your movement. They don't want you to go anywhere. Look, somebody been working on blocking your roads. 8 of Pentacles to the 2 of Wands. Right. There's somebody who show fake love to you. Queen of Cups to the Devil. I mean, really obsessed energy. Right. Trying to obscure opportunities from coming towards you. Trying to it's like people want to bless you and show you good favor and wishes coming true, and this person somewhere in the fucking background lurking, hovering, always in your fucking energy, trying to look any joy and celebration. They trying to delay that. They don't want you to. They don't want to see you happy. Ace of Swords. They really don't get enough of that 5 of Cups to the 5 of Wands. It's okay. Yeah. They want you depressed. 4 of Cups to the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. 7 of Swords. They've been working on this shit for a minute. They keep tiptoeing around to see if it's working. 7 of Swords to the Page of Swords. You're not that strong. Okay? You're not. Like, I gotta say that on behalf of the collective because these motherfuckers is crazy. Look, told you it's giving obsessed. Somebody you don't want no more. Somebody who harboring all these feelings. They a little slow. I'm not even joking. They intellect as I live and breathe, and I think they got a personality defect. Check this out. King of Cups, right? And there's a Knight of Pentacles, right? And there's a King of Swords. Somebody is like chock full of emotion, but they mentally slow. Something's off. I feel like maybe a little bipolar with the 2 of Cups right there. Like the emotions. Person tells themselves a lot of distorted information. Ugh. All right. There's somebody who really act like they was the bee's knees. Like they just swear they was so good to you. That's funny. Anyway, what do they need to know? Nike ambition. Ambition, communication, and secrets. Again, the energy of being patient, 3 of Wands. Oh, look. 3 of Wands to the 8 of Swords. Look at this. This is the energy of those trying to block your roads. They're expecting you to be trapped in fear in this mind prison. Yeah, hangman. They want to see some sort of delay or challenge. You get tied up in some capacity. Look, son. Look. See? Son to the Magician. This person very well could be a Gemini. Ooh. They got a tower coming their way. I just seen it. It's going to hit them in their income too. Because that's what they're trying to do for you. Stagnate you. Trying to tank you. Because you operate in dolphin energy. I'm hearing like this person is chanting. Yeah, look. The spell work. Moon to the Five of Pentacles to the Nine of Wands. Right, so that energy of making yourself feeling safe, secure, sanctuary, that you got to transmute that energy because this is all the things that this person is trying to do. It's not just poverty, it's scarcity, it's abandonment, it's being triggered, feeling unsafe, all of these things. Like, it's wild. Your spirits is really blocking these energies from getting to you. But we just exposing what this person's up to. So somebody definitely Sun in Gemini. Sun in Gemini. Yeah. They want you to experience paranoia, insomnia, anxiety. They want, you know, to burden you. And it's so crazy because for some of you, you counted this person as a true friend at one point in life. You did Three of Cups of the Ace of Swords, but then you saw this person. Yeah, you must have had some sort of success. And they showed you something. Anyway. They just keep watching. Putting more and more energy into it. That's how I know your blessings is going to be amazing. Hey, doll. You checked your email? Yeah, I mean, I just saw the Star and the Seven of Pentacles. This is amazing. Okay. Oh, yeah. This person's got a lot of air in their chart. Gemini and Aquarius, I'm seeing. Ugh. Okay. It's so funny, right? Because one, I'm getting very much divine energy, the way she's carrying the lantern, very much hermit, like, right? And then over here, she's got this beautiful flame, but this is somebody who uses fire magic, simply. It's burning all sorts of stuff. Because I'm corny sometimes. Candle work, all that shit. Yeah, burning rituals. Right. They could very well have a fiery north node, is what I'm getting. I don't feel like this person is a fire sign. They could be for some of you, but it very well gives me elemental fire. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm also getting for you to increase, like meditations coming to mind, like doing work to protect your energy, your auric field, you know, like white light rituals of protection, things of that nature, because because you know. I feel like this is very much a fated event for that to come out like that. Yeah. Right. Because people have to learn and they refuse to learn. Yeah, look at this shit. The Emperor and the Queen of Wands, like I said, it feels very elemental. Like I said, they could have fire somewhere in a chart, but it's not what I'm feeling. This person or these people, however many folk are involved, don't matter to me. They are really imbibing you, very much so. Yeah. If they really knew more about what they were doing, they know better than to do it. I just want to confirm. They really want to know if these attacks have worked. Very much so. But the Queen of Wands, right, often ignored as the third deacon of Pisces. And with karma coming out here, not to mention the hangman, karma meaning the wheel of fortune, right? Trying to delay because the wheel is represented both times. These were stacks, so I'm going to read them like that. Right. It's like they wanted to stop your luck, right? Transfer it to them. And if they couldn't do that, like call it into them. And if that wasn't achievable, they wanted to like put you in some state of suspended animation. Hold on, let me put these in. These actions, it's like one, you're too strong for them. But the fact that the wheel continues to spin in your favor and fortune continues to rain down upon you, it's like the regret they feel is not because they feel bad. It's because it was unsuccessful. And if you're still thriving, that means they've got to eat the other side of this shit sandwich. Whoa, thank you. Thank you. That's wow. You're gonna what I'm getting right because the Eight of Swords is May 21st to the 31st with Jupiter in Gemini. You're gonna see something during that 10-day period. Indeed. Huh. Like they've literally been drained. Like they were low key trying to aim their wand at you. But the way the Emperor came out on top of the Queen of Wands, it's like you you absorbed it. Let me this is so cool how this looks. See how the cards line up? She's aiming her wand at somebody who's stronger, but they're doing it behind their back, right? And it's like you just kind of got your finger out, like, okay, I feel that. And look how the scepter is lit up. Like you're absorbing it. It's helping your light grow brighter, grow stronger. Like it's fortifying the auric field. This is pretty dope. And it's the sneaky energy for me. Dolphins, roll in pods. Raccoons have they kids, but once they're weaned, they go about their business. You know what I mean? They're not really clunking around outside of their brood and shit like that. So this gives me the energy. Like I said, for some of you, this is someone you used to hold dearly as a true friend. So they did this behind your back, trying to attack you. They thought they were stealthy enough. They thought they would be able to get past your gifts, your psychic abilities. And even though most dolphins live in super pods like they do, but there is a time when, especially male dolphins, they are excommunicated from their group when they are going through sexual maturity, when they're growing up. You have the emperor here. So, if you're in your masculine energy and it's really feeling like that, regardless of your physical appearance, right? You are in your power, in your authority, like you there. They thought because you were potentially outside the group, outside the pod, outside the security and safety of what's supposed to be family, right? They thought it would be easy to attack you, but this is someone who was once close to you or who didn't perceive that you saw them as a hidden enemy. So odd. Look, like I said, they thought while you get it, man. Yo, I gotta show y'all these real quick because it's yo. Me in the car, simpatico. Look, Chariot, right? You out here outside the pie on your spiritual journey, right? Finding your way, going through this rapid development, right? Full energy, Chariot, full Empress, right? This is where they thought you were still at, right? Still, you are, right? It's available to you, but as you grow and you progress, the last time they encountered you, you were in Empress mode on your journey. They didn't understand that you had already shifted into this Emperor energy, right? Bringing this balance and harmony into your vessel, this sanctuary space, into your soul, very comfortable in yourself, okay? They thought, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, that they were going to be able to, just stealthily sneak up on you, right? Put you in, chains and binds and cords. Like somebody really thought they was going to be able to chain your ass up, spiritually speaking. Anyway, right. But what they ran into was this justice energy, Six of Swords, right? Because they tried to do it behind your back. Six of Swords, but justice is Seven Swords. It's already here, right? So they thought somehow you was going to be la out there, caught slipping, right? Thought they would just be able to sneak in and take what was most valuable, right? Oh, you're so kind, you're so nurturing, you're so loving, you're so da 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 da, right? And yeah, you are charitable, but there's a time for all of it, right? World. They didn't realize this real transition, right? Where you're much more discerning, you're much more discriminating about what you do with your energy, your time, your money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that you're closed, you're not in your Scrooge energy. Discernment is always needed because people will double cross you, talk shit about you, lie about you, but the whole time got their hand out, just like this hangman, right? The meantime, trying to do all this weird shit, right? Okay, didn't understand how far you had truly progressed on your journey. They thought you were still very young and naive, spiritually speaking. That if they called and said the right word, you would just hop, skip, and a jump, and you'd be, I'll be there. And that's not what's happening. So you've cut people off. For some of you, this is very much a, we'll just say somebody you used to deal with. You could have even cohabitated with this person for a brief time. Right. So, but there was teamwork, y'all. It really was. It was like, I'm not getting a lone villain. Not with Owl and Raccoon here. Different types of creatures doing different things. You had people doing things in the physical to you, trying to, undermine you and cause you strife and injustice. And then you had people using their words, lying and causing conflict and just manipulators and shit. Because you was out on your spiritual journey doing your thing, thinking it would never get back to you. You see how the ripples all around the dolphin? Maybe you can't. At the same time, look, you're tapped in. You don't have to be there to know what's going on. It's crazy. They really thought they did enough to you in that juvenile spiritual state that you were in for a moment that we all go through. You understand? We never not learning. That they would be able to somehow be able to get in your head. Magician to the Eight of Wands, right. Six of Cups, see? Wow. Six of Cups, and then the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles come out together, see? And there's the King of Swords, and Justice is on the bottom. To the Ten of Pentacles, Judgment to the Tower. People really thought that compassion, that love that you carry, right? Not to mention, you still in this nurturing energy that they weren't able to strip that from you, that you still comfortable, that you're still content, you're still happy, you're still moving in grace and mercy. That all of these attacks, see how it come full circle? Five of Wands, Magician. See? Somebody two-faced it, but that's okay. It didn't work. You know, Queen of Cups is Cancerian and Gemini energy too. I'm just letting you know. So I'm like, no, there's a lot of blessings on their way to the collective. And these people from your past who double crossed you for an attempt at what belongs to you, the Ace of Pentacles, for most of you, it's your birthright. It's your destiny to have this, both in heaven and on earth type energy with judgment and justice here with the Ten of Pentacles smashed in the middle. You're due. This was look, this was always meant for you. Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, and there's the star. See? You was always going to be made whole. Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Yep. And it's crazy because, like, even though I don't really feel like there's hard feelings, I feel like once this comes out in your actual life and not just in a reading, for those where this resonates, the Six of Cups makes me feel like, you know, childhood, blah, 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 oh, just outgrew people. But then when you find out about the treachery, the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles, right? King of Swords, like your reasons for not speaking to people, for not dealing with people. For some, you may actually end up getting an attorney, okay? Once you find out about all of this, it's all comes to light. For whatever reason, civil, criminal, I don't know. I'm even getting, you know, I don't even want to say it because you're not the type, but it was very malicious what they were trying to do. Very, very, very malicious. And if there's some sort of bank account or something like that, and they was taken from, ooh, they got their ass for that too. Um, I feel like for whoever you are, that where this resonates, right? This is something you kind of put to the back of your mind. But when it's Neptune go retrograde, hold on, is that week I just mentioned? No, that's in July. Okay, so 4th of July, Neptune goes retrograde. So let's just, yeah, because we start to feel the pre-retrograde energy about a week out. So yeah, that last week of May, expect some shifts, miraculous shifts. Yeah, that's so cool. Please stop, stop, stop. Yeah, this is your justice. You are so due for doing the right thing for the different stages. You're just due. I don't even know how to say it. You're just due. It's been a long time coming. You've earned this cycle. You've earned this joy, this celebration. You really have. Fortune is going to shine on you in a lot of different ways. I mean that. I truly mean that. And so if you're getting any strange thoughts, I need you to actively rebuke that energy and return it to who sent it. Okay. Like, not even joking. Actively, actively, because again, they're still whispering, they're still chanting. I'm telling you, that hasn't stopped. But the one who was doing something in the physical, that has been stopped. Yeah. You prayed to your angels and they have definitely interceded, is what I'm getting. Yeah. Full chariot. Yeah, it's time. Yeah. Oh, 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 it's the good life. Yo, they funny. I don't like disco. All right, let me pick these up. You keep shining your light. You just keep shining that light of yours. All right. Because the goddesses, they be flashing in my mind's eye. Like, I be working doing other stuff. And I be seeing them. Like, they flash. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, I was like, that's a not so subtle way of saying you need to use the other decks for a higher vibrational message. And I'm like, you're right. Ma'am, you're right. Teamwork. Child. Hey, one of y'all dating somebody and you worried about getting married, that man gonna propose. Stop that shit. Don't make him regret thinking like that about you, because I'm getting lost girl, made woman, made man. So listen, young lady, you need to check yourself. Check yourself. Calm yourself down before you talk yourself out of a good ass man. Don't pressure that man. I'm not even joking. That's the right one. It'll work itself out. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Child, what's wrong with you? Take your ass outside. Go for a walk in nature somewhere. Get grounded. Call back your power. Somebody trying to put you in pick me energy, trying to cause you a separation in your good ass relationship. What's wrong with you, child? Don't get insecure now. This ain't the moment when you about to break through. Look, marriage proposal. Like I said, fresh start. Look, next level union. Could be a business collaboration too. For some of you, this is a reconciliation with someone you used to be with. It's a miracle. I'm not even fucking kidding. You and this person getting back together is an absolute miracle. Dark night of the soul, spiritual awakening, matrix, divine union, chosen 144, soulmate, loyalty. Exactly. Higher level of consciousness. Like, this person realized, like, you teamwork. Especially if y'all got a child together, this man's gonna like, listen, we can fix it. See? Miracles. But I'm also getting how do I want to say this? Somebody would like you to heal them. Y'all got off on the wrong foot. Yes, y'all did. Yes. This person needs you. You are a miracle worker. Yes, you are. But here's the thing. karma is sitting right, y'all. This person wants to partner with you, right? It's twofold. Like they want you to heal them, they want to work with you, but this is an actual relationship. This person wants access to your healing, miraculous abilities. Lovers, chosen 144, soulmate. I don't know how I feel about that. Because that, even the fresh start ahead sign, that's usually like caution, winding road ahead, some shit like that. Yeah, somebody recognizing who you are and they trying to lock it down. Yeah, I be a little cautious because it's like they know who you are, and so that makes me a little apprehensive. You know what I mean? But are they suitable for you? Hierophant, all right. Fool. This is the reckon. Let me calm down. See, I was getting past energy even before that came out. I don't know, but just something about the Hierophant Fool combination. Yeah, like I said, they know who you are. Ace Cups. They want a fresh start. This person can't get it off their mind that they had a soulmate connection with somebody with your abilities, somebody like you. Two of Cups here. You got the scales here. More cups. Right, those little cups. Right. See that, right? See, 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 see. They didn't, man, they didn't recognize you. Look, this motherfucker thought you was just an ordinary crystal. They was like, all right, you got some gifts. And you was like, oh, for real? Choice is yours. What you want to do? And they chose to go in a different direction, right? And they didn't recognize that you were actually a diamond in the rough. And I love me some quartz crystals, okay? I love all the crystals. But let me tell you something. There's a big fucking difference between a crystal and a diamond. Like a regular quartz and a diamond. It is. It is. Different properties, different everything. It's just different. It's differently different. It's differently different. To quote my girl, I gotta check one of her videos out. She cracking up. Anyway, yeah. Overlooked you. Didn't recognize your uniqueness. Thought you was just shit. Instead of like you was the shit, you know? So you was like, cool. You recalled your power. Look, loyalty. Look at this shit. You like, do you know who I am? Mm, mm, mm. You gonna need some help with this. I'm telling you right now. If you gonna take this person up on this offer, you're gonna need therapy. I'm just telling you now, because you about to get triggered like a motherfucker. Yeah. You really, you gonna need a little bit of therapy. Okay? Both y'all. Because I don't feel like you didn't talk to this man in a month of Sundays. And I mean that shit. King of Swords, he can't stop thinking about look. Divine union, made man. They want to cut through this bullshit. But I regret it. I don't. Oh my God. I had no idea, but now I know. Can we please work together to get to this higher love? Right. This person has developed a relationship with divine. Very happy to hear that. Right. See, you hold the key to your destiny. Like they're saying that to you. Like we got to do this. Like it's so much more profound. This person is on some other shit. Soul family, high priestess, dark night of soul, spiritual awakening. Right. I feel like you picking up on this person's energy in a lot of ways. Because they in their head and it's coming across as nervousness and anxiety. But really, they got to talk to you. And for whatever reason, you make them really feel like a child. Like they don't know shit. Look, anxiety, I'm telling you. It's because they know. They know. Now that they're in this self-love energy, now that they're nurturing themselves, now that they're, you know, really going through the process of healing the ego, boy, it's rough because this is a heartbreaker. This is somebody who really, really, really like, and they know it because they feel it because now they're being, you know, they're healed and they're awakening and they're doing all these things. And they like, man, all you did was invest in this person. You tried to grow with this person, but they had shitty soil. But here we go, look, divine timing and bonding. And then look, Akashic record, twin flame, ancestral protection, alchemist. Everything I touch is turning to gold, sort of truth. Yeah, and there's made man. Like, they had no idea. But see how the hands is crossed? Like, They don't know what to say. They got a lot they want to say, they just don't know what to say. I'm hearing that so in my anxiety. Yeah. You know, the last 3 people who said some shit to me like, oh, you about to dance with the I ran. I'm not even joking. I don't even play with people like that no more. Like, sincerely. Yeah, this person's in deep, deep, deep regret, sorrow for betraying you. They want to make it right. They really want to make it right. They want to make it right. They want to make it right. They want to uplift you. How y'all feel about that? Would you take someone back who has really gone through a true dark night of the soul, who's really gone through the healing, somebody who's really gone in there and tackled their ego? Like, is it a possibility? Are you that healed? Because if healing heals the healer, right? And this opportunity, even if it is for closure, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But are you healed enough to even entertain a notion such as this? Listen to your heart. Yo, for real. Where's the time go? Woo! Cut the deck to confront, boy, and then blossom. See? You planted a seed in this person, you did, and then you kept it pushing. Balance, teach, heal. And then we back at simply love with the sacral chakra, and then we got rebuild. Win or lose, clarity or belief. And then coming together. See? Embrace. You can listen. It's possible that the new opportunity for this relationship to go someplace is being presented in some way, shape, or form. Like, is it worth holding on to? New vitality. Solar plexus. Like, look, they like, just breathe. It's okay. This person is healed. I will say that. They truly are, guys. Leave. Strengthening bonds. Release. This, don't lie to yourself. You know this is a dream come true. And somewhere in your mind, in your heart space, probably your heart. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna need some help with this one. We got 911 as the ambulance. Or, no, the police. It's the police. Go by. Literally, 911 and then 911. Yo, they funny with the synchronicities. That's why I asked, are you actually healed enough? Are you truly healed, right? Because, yeah, you went on your spiritual journey and you've attained this level of peace and, you know, serenity and, okay. Or have you just detached from the emotions of the experience? Have you actually healed? Because those are very different sensations. Some of you are actually mistaking the attachment as peace being achieved. You haven't actually dealt with these emotions. Exactly. Observe, open up. See? Because all this is, again, with this combination, observe and open up, is like, you don't have to commit to anything, right? So to speak. You can just view. You can be a participant, but an observant participant. Right. I really do feel like the control, so to speak, will be placed in your hand to see if this person has truly gone through the healing and the spiritual awakening that will be required for this to go further. Trust, love abounds, right? Look for love. See through the eyes of love. High vibrational, right? Change your focus, rest and reconsider, and then there's love, right? Seeking truth. Just being open to giving and receiving. And you're not actually, because you're trying to manifest, but at the same time, you're locking your emotions away. And then when what you're asked for comes towards you, believe and succeed, you're not able to listen with the heart space of, because that's your heart is what's manifesting. This energy, this person, this conversation and communication, throat chakra, new vitality. Yeah. See? So your mouth gonna tell me something, and I know that. That's why I grabbed this deck. I don't care about what your mouth gonna say. I actually want to know what your heart's saying, and I see what that's saying. So you really do need to do some more inner work, because detachment is not the same as healing. Once again, you're gonna have to let them emotions flow, and you're gonna have to move from a place of love. Period. Because I'm telling you now, I can guarantee that whoever this resonates for, you are not perfect, nor will you ever be perfect. We all have flaws and hangups, right? And just because that person was in a different space and they glassed over, glazed over, whatever it was, and changes needed to happen, and you made them independent. Okay, my point is grace, grace and mercy. Not talking about a doormat, talking about love and the infinite capacity to experience it. All right. Let's see where y'all are on your journey with this marriage proposal and this fresh start. Yo, didn't I tell you this is a dream come true? Why? Wishing well and metamorphosis. Child, like I said, you ain't lying to me, sweets. Because you hopeful, romantic, you. Yes, why not? Be hopeful. Metamorphosis. Right. This is peak. You were at a pivotal change, but that happens inside and outside. You're just gonna have to trust your gut into the unknown. You're gonna have to feel your way. You get it? Feel emotions, love, heart, capacity. Yes, you're gonna have to feel your way. Exactly. Wizard of awareness. Yeah. Came out anyway. Yeah. Ride the wave. Be open to heal the ouch that exists between the two of you. 773. Interesting. All right. Intention, and then details. See? When you manifest stuff, don't be in denial. of what it is you calling in. Peaks of joy. See? Look at these master numbers showing up. 22, 33. You about to seriously get some clarity from this person. I really do feel like there's like books and shit. All roads lead back to you with this compass sitting on top of this book. That's the clarity. Like, it is what it is. All, look, see the rainbow? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is you. All roads lead to you. Everything you're like, it's you. It's you. Like, and I feel like this somebody who was just like, what? Did not, did not, did not, was not trying to listen to that inner voice whatsoever. Whoa. So if you've been getting a lot of high pitch, I gotta say this because I'm getting it real quick. If you've been getting a lot of high pitch frequencies, and I mean in both ears, it's been pretty balanced, pretty regular. Uh, uh, Let me just say this: telepathy. Are you ready? Yeah. Like I feel like you already had like clairaudience, clairvoyance. But this is telepathy. A lot of pressure in the sinus areas, above the eyes, even a lot of runny, like I don't know if you were thinking this is just allergies. Nah, this is like ascension. Ooh. And for some of you, you're going to be drawn, either you're going to be given a ring or you're going to find a ring, or you're going to be led to purchase a ring. This is a formal thing between you and spirit and an initiation that you have gone through recently. I'm not talking about anybody who's formally a part of any organization and or society. No, 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 no. You have been initiated the whole way through by the Holy Spirit. It's not going to be a diamond or anything like that. It could very well be a crystal that's renowned for its healing properties. You might even be guided to make this ring. I don't know if it's going to be like formal lapidary or like, you know what I mean? Like if you have that background, then that's probably more relevant to you. But this could be very much like something crafted, craft, same time. You want to be guided. It's a higher consciousness. And if you have interest in the Orisha of Batala in particular, the white cloth, you might want to do a lot more research because that really could be a path. You've been working with Oshun a lot. It's You're about to shift gears. I see it here with the Ace of Cups. It's the water with the river and the gold and everything, right? And I don't listen. I don't gotta say it because I'm getting it. You be mindful which ones you're working with, not because of cautionary tale. You know, trickster energies are trickster energies. Do your research for like truly. Um, But Oshun, right? You got to remember who she was married to. I'm not going to go into the whole thing about this and third, but these are cultures where multiple spouses are very much okay. And so before you work with certain energies and you invoke certain energies, understand the doors that you truly open that come along with it. You don't get to tap into the blessings without the other shit that come along with it. And so, she was like the third wife, you understand, to a man who collected wives. He liked the ladies. And, it wasn't like she was, just do your research, okay? Truly, do your research. So you can understand which types of relationships that you are opening in. Because I'm very much getting trickster energy, Hierophant, Fool, Ace of Cups, and then the Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles, King of Swords. Like, if you don't know enough, it's like enough, but more is needed. Because you could be working with a certain type of energy that is requiring an offering. You may not be into that, but when you do these things without knowledge and insight and information, you are literally agreeing to a contract with that energy, with that being, that spirit, okay? And your ignorance, and we're all ignorant to things, okay, is being examined, and it's like that clean slate, okay? And so I feel like there's a reason why there's this guidance to work with the Orisha of the white cloth. Am I saying he don't like stuff? No. Of course he likes stuff. Who don't like to eat? Just saying. Heads up. Be mindful, because some are more forgiving than others. I also feel like they're going to send up the white smoke really soon for the conclave thing, the papacy. Just looking at this, um, I feel like they're going to be like, is this a joke? And no disrespect. It's the proposal for new beginning, fresh start, healer, miracles. I feel like the church is about to, like the Roman Catholic Church, I'm just telling you what I'm getting, is about to take a staunch right turn back to more traditional, you know, repentance based teachings. They want things to be more balanced, more fair, and, not so monetarily focused, although all organizations got to be able to pay their bills, right? They want to get back on the right side, is what this feels like. That's funny. That make me want to look. That looks now. Let me see. Ah, not yet. Multiple rounds of voting. Mhm. I don't think it's gonna take a very long time. I was joking with my homie, like, I don't think it should be the vote that people are considering. It should be like, who don't want the job? I'm not even joking. I'd be like, who don't want the job? Raise your hands. Okay. Who actually wants to serve in this position? Because it is a position of service. Oh, okay. And then you should just cast your votes according to those who don't mind being isolated for the rest of their natural life. I really feel like it's pretty much wrapped up. There's two people. like overwhelmingly, because it's like the first round of ballots, right? There might have been 4 primary candidates, right? But after, it's like really there's only 2, and they're seriously praying on this for God to open their eyes to show them who they should, who the divine wants them to select. That's interesting. Somebody about to get this right. All right, let me just see, because read those. I know there's a certain amount of time and all that, but if I can't, why not? How soon? If you don't mind. I don't know. Peace. Mm, last that long? Shit, it could. It very well could. Because I was like, how long is the conclave? It take however long it take. Historically, I think the longest was 3 years. Other times it's happened in a matter of hours. I saw Saturn return, and I'm like, that's not till July or some shit. And I'm like, really? It could take that long? Shit. It very well it could take well into July, even November. That's so interesting. To May. Interesting. Ooh, give me one more. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. All right, y'all know the whole thing about how they like this could be the last pope, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking at right Tuesday, 20 years comes out full moon. That could be another reason why, because they just can't decide. Mm-hmm. Or July on a Tuesday, and the pope was set for 20 years or something like that. Let me just see, July. So I'm looking at the Saturn retrograde starts July 13th, right? I know what it said, Saturn return. I'm not worried about that. My cards. But then that Tuesday, the 15th, okay, we'll see. That's all we can do. I just want to take a little look to see. Um, oh, I missed one, so I feel like that's important. So if you're working with these different spirits, I'm gonna refocus real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're working with these different spirits, you really do need to know what to offer them. I've got sweet tooth, cakes, cookies, finger ladies. Like figure out which one like what. The drinks: whiskey, beer, vodka, wine, fruits, apples, oranges, grapes, raisins, bananas. Intentions matter. I cannot stress that enough. If you're gonna get into it, get into it. Okay? Can't be willy-nilly with this shit. If you want to do it, do it. Be 10 toes down with it. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. I'm going to go. I'm going to feed my stomach because apparently it wants food. um, yeah. Hope this helped. We'll do it again really, really soon. Be well. Be blessed.